the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Horned Frogs about to kick it away and get this season started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They try to pop a run on the draw. Oh, he's got some space. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
The Wolverines with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Using the quick game. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
That last completion sets him up on second down. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. They got the explosive play now to finish the deal. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Punts it out of the air. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. And the Wolverines will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. just going to keep it after the snap. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And you've got a golden opportunity here now on 3rd down. I know you just threw an incompletion, but you've had a really nice drive to start this game. You want to cap this thing off, and you want to do that by scoring a touchdown. So think about who your best playmakers are and who needs to get a look on this critical 3rd down. Whether you're running it or you're throwing it, the best players touch the ball right here.
He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
And how about a decision time right off the jump? 4th down. Do I want to go for it? First drive. Palmer, what you going to do?
I'm taking the points right here. It's early in the game. You're trying to pay off this opening drive. Just get some points up on the board. If it was a little closer to the end zone, I'd say maybe go for it, but I'm playing conservative on this one.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Well, the head coach has to like that. It's the first drive of the entire year. You did some good stuff on the drive. You get yourself in field goal range. Most important, you come away with points to kick this season off.
On the run from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Give to the back. Still on his feet at the 25. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Pocket breaking down. Quarterback gets the first down. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. Man down. Play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Horned Frogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And the Horned Frogs come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Complete to start this drive. And they pick up just a few on that completion. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period.
Michigan 3, TCU 0.
Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Wants to go up top. He's got him. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Grbac or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Making side adjustments here. Looking to fire. The sweet feet buy a little time. Quarterback gets the 1st down and more. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a 1st down. He leaves it with his back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Love the play call and the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the 2nd level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. All right, guys, let's think a little bit about big picture TCU. You start the season top 25. Clearly, expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. He's at the 40, the 20. He's at touchdown, Michigan. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick six.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got a man. It's Cherry. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska, once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go out and make a statement today.
The Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He might want another play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. Let's talk for just a second about TCU. We mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who left, have to worry about those you have. But any concerns that you guys have about making moves like this?
I think excitement more than concerns, honestly. They got some key guys that had success in other programs, and I think the fans today, David, are interested to see how these guys play today.
Well, and how they come together, because you've seen these players in other spots, but now a new system, new coaches. How do you gel? How do you start your career off?
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered.
Turning it on! He's now up to 58 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. And the Horned Frogs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. The RPO, it's complete. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Play number 11 on this drive. The defense has yielded ground, but they're trying to get a stop on third and goal. Wide out trying to get it in. Almost in, but they'll say he didn't make it, inches away from the touchdown.
All right, they get the completion. Don't get the first down. So we've got a massive decision now, 4th and inches. Personally, I like QB sneak. I think that picks it up right here. No matter where you are in the field, you can keep this drive going.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. This is now a 7-point game.
And I'll be honest, I don't love the call. On 4th and that short, I want to go for it. But you trust your kicker, he does his job, and he puts 3 on the board.
He's got great speed. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Here's the handoff. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Back to pass on 2nd down. They're setting up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Michigan.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a man in the middle. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Sings it complete to the right.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll run play action. Takes the easy completion. He stopped almost immediately. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the 1st down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his back in the middle. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. And as the clock is winding down here in the 1st half, they'll send out the field goal team. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. Final seconds of the 1st half, and they'll try to put up 3. And he'll need to show off some leg strength 58 yards out and trying to bend it in from the right side. That is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Wolverines will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They start this 3rd quarter 1-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the 1st half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the 2nd half. Get this run game established.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. Quarterback adapting. Got his man on the right. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Frogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Quarterback making adjustments. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
So here comes the Michigan offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Leaves it with the running back. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. There on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent, making big...
There he goes! Past the 20. Touchdown Wolverines! Once he got some room, it was over.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
The AT unit on the field. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. OHIO. Ohio State is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout to remember. They're up by 21 over Memphis. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Shoots it to the left. It's complete. Breaks into the open. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to...
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And the Horned Frogs are flying down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Firing to the right, complete. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
From the gun, running back on the move. Gets it past the marker. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback may change this route. To the air on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him. And as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ground.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And if this offense wants to get back in this football game, I think they're going to see a lot of this. Defense playing a little bit more zone, conservative, great eyes on the quarterback, breaking on the football, batting the ball down. They're going to force you to throw the football down.
Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. It's complete on the right side. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Wants to throw on first down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
This should be the last play of the quarter. He almost had the pick and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be third down.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pulls it in. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Grabbed behind the line. It's Key. Oh, he's got some space. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
Wants to go up top on first down. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Fires left. It's caught downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
Steps away. He'll pull it down and run. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Working that left side now. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And because of the success that this quarterback has had early in this game running the football, if I'm the coordinator calling plays, I'm dialing up his number more. Designed runs, and also telling him on the sidelines, hey, listen, remember, if it's not open, take off. Just go get it yourself. They don't have an answer for you right now. This is a big key for us to win this game.
And that's a big missed opportunity there. And sometimes it's just those small things. It's getting your feet set so you can throw the ball with good accuracy. A lot of times guys are open and you just rush it, you hurry it. This quarterback's just got to settle down a little bit, take the time, and hit that open guy.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That fourth down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on down.
They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line, pick up a 4.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing.
Turning it on! Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You've got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Now the play fake. He wants to go deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Complete in the middle. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. About to snap it for the 7th time on this drive, and they need 7 on 3rd down. Oh, better look out. He works his way inside the 30. They'll mark him down at the 29. It brings up 4th down, and let's see what they do.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that 3rd down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle, setting up 4th.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And here comes the field goal unit. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. And he missed it. No good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14.
Look, it's sloppy out here. It's wet. The ball is slick. It's not easy to kick in these types of conditions. That's now his 2nd missed field goal, but I know this kicker's disappointed at himself because he's good enough to make these kicks.
Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Wide receiver going in motion. He wants to change this route. To the air on 2nd down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion now setting up 3rd down, you still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Catch in the middle. It's O'Donnell. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, it's so nice to have a quarterback who doesn't flinch. You watch it, man. He's hanging in there, right? Hanging in there. Takes some time for those routes to get down the field. Gets hit as he throws it, but delivers the ball, a catchable ball down the field, and makes the big play. Nice toughness by that young man.
You got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. Wants to throw it. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage. They've given up some plays. No big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Gets it out quickly. There he goes. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Ball at the 31. 3rd and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. From the gun. Wants to pass. On target over the middle. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer.
And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Clemson had an impressive showing there in Death Valley, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Trevor Lawrence is impressed with this one. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with a W.
They'll keep it on the ground. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles into the ground.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Power football with the run. They'll knock him down right at the 35-yard line. Still a lot of ground to cover to get to the first down marker. The Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the Wolverines will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. Punt is in the air. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, 2 really good teams, man. That's a